Hey, how goes it? Kenn Bosak from the BitcoinPodcast.com. Here to talk about Bitcoin and Bitcoin accessories. And surprise, I have a special co-host for the night, or guest for the evening, I guess you could call it. OBS wasn't working, so a little bit different layout tonight. Sorry, guys, going to work on that after this. But Kamal, why don't you go ahead and say hi, let people know who you are and what you do in the crypto space.
Hey, how you doing? I'm Kamal Glover. I'm just a regular guy that got involved in crypto a couple years ago, and right now my job is just to educate people on Bitcoins and cryptocurrency in general. I have a YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is pretty much dedicated to news sources that people deem as reliable, like Bloomberg and CNBC and Fox Business News and things of that nature. Because when they hear regular people talk about business things as far as investments and things of that nature, they tend to not listen to you. But when they see it from people on TV, from channels that they respect, then it opened their eyes. So that's pretty much what I do. That's how I got involved in crypto.
All right, man. All right. Everybody should definitely check out his YouTube channel. It is in the description box below. You'll be able to see a link to the YouTube channel. And yeah, I actually saw, I think you posted one today, right?
Yeah, I posted two today, actually.
Oh, cool. I missed one. What was the second one?
The second one was about Mark Cuban jumping into some ICOs. You know, Mark Cuban changing his tune on Bitcoin. Basically.
Oh, okay. So he's not saying it's in a bubble anymore. I know he was with that unicorn ICO.
Right. Yeah. Mark Cuban definitely want to get involved now, and that's the
Is that the one still unicorn?
No, it's not unicorn. It's actually some statements that he made today. So I definitely recommend it. I don't want to spoil your viewership, so I recommend you go in and check it out.
All right, yeah, guys, if you want to know what the hell Mark Cuban's talking about, go check out his channel. There's a description or a link in the description box. Dennis Turk, thank you so much for the Aussie $2, bro. It makes me want to get like an Australian beer, like Australian for beer, right? Like, or whatever. I got to get one of them now. Thanks. It's awesome. Nice beard, bro. Thank you. So before we went on air, we were talking a little bit about salt. Let's rehash that a little bit. You were interested in the platform. We talked about it a little bit. Did you want to maybe tell people the idea that you got out of it, or do you want me to re-explain it for the audience?
I feel like you should re-explain it to the audience because I actually like how you broke it down.
All right. The reason I like Salt and their platform is because if we're being our own bank by being in charge of our money and holding our money and in charge of our private keys, and like there's just no permission needed to do anything with our money, but we still need security when it comes to doing things with our money. Like a bank would loan it out, but they're insured. They have securities for the money they're loaning out or the things they're using with the money they're holding. Well, I'm a bank, right? I'm my own bank. Everybody's telling me if you have Bitcoin, you're your own bank, but I don't have the ability to really loan out my money and gain that interest that the bank does. And, you know, the bank does this with the money you currently have in the bank, except they're giving you 0.01%, and they're making a lot more than that. So you could essentially become your own bank with the Salt platform and loan out or help somebody that needs to take out a loan, and you can, you know, borrow their crypto. So imagine you need to sell a Bitcoin for whatever reason. Say Bitcoin's at $5,000. And you need to sell one Bitcoin to take care of your car so you can get back to work because, you know, got to work, got to get to work, right? So you sell a Bitcoin, but Bitcoin went from $5,000 to $10,000. Now you're trying to buy that Bitcoin back a much higher rate. Well, with Salt, you could have put that Bitcoin out at $5,000 and say, hey, look, I'll give you back 6.5. Somebody let me get 6.5. I'll give you this Bitcoin now. Somebody's going to take that offer and be like, all right, fine. I'll give you 5,000 now. You give me your Bitcoin. You have to give me back 6,500 to get your Bitcoin back. Now that person holding the Bitcoin doesn't care. They just want that $1,500 profit within the year on all multiple loans that they're doing. And the fact that you have to link your driver's license to Salt really starts to build a new digital credit score. So, I mean, I'm really into it for that reason alone. I want to be able to loan out my crypto because I'm going to hold Bitcoin forever. Why not loan it out, let somebody use it, me collect some interest, use it to buy more Bitcoin? That's so Salt is the security layer for the extra part of being the bank. So if my Ledger Blue is where I hold my money, Salt platform would be where I loan my money because I'm the bank. It's my money.
Right. Yeah, excellent. And you know what? The Salt platform and cryptocurrency in itself, see, this is what people need to understand. Most people in crypto right now, we're not celebrities, we're not actors, we're not pro athletes, but we all have goals as far as being financially free. And I don't know how long you've been in crypto, Ken, and I've been in crypto going on 2 years. And I've had several opportunities when I should be touching close to $1 million right now. And I'm talking about within my 2 years and within these last couple of months. And the funny thing about that is there's going to be way more opportunities that's going to come across. And we get the knowledge now to be prepared to be in those situations when we will capitalize. I see you shot a video on Neo. You know, a couple of weeks ago, Neo was $5. It was ant share. Yeah. You know, actually a couple of months ago, it was pennies. You know, so right now, everybody that's in the crypto, everybody that's on this channel, right now, the best thing we can do is just be focused, understand what we into. If you can hold on to your stuff, hold on to it. But with a platform like Salt, with the potential of everything else that we got going on, it's going to be a lot of life change very sooner than later. Anybody can do this. Anybody can have it. You don't have to be special. It's money. It's money. And a lot of the big hedge fund investors, a lot of the big stock brokers, now everybody changing their tune. Everybody want to be involved. It's not that crypto is something that people with money have to promote. This is something that people with money didn't create at all.
Yeah, we started with nothing, and we're over $70 billion market cap, or over 100 and something altogether.
Exactly. So combine that with Salt, it's going to change some lives. Definitely going to change some lives.
That's why I'm excited for the platform, man. I'm not like sitting here holding 100 Salt and shit. I'm just like, I want to live in a world where something like this exists so it can make my life better. I'm not everything that I think will be great in the future isn't something that I'm thinking is going to make me a millionaire, but I'm thinking it will make my life in the future a lot more fluid. And that's what I want. I want to be able to hold my money, loan my money, take a loan out if I need to. I want to be able to do this with my peers without any third parties, using nothing but code, where the code is law, and we all benefit more from using that instead of giving some guy that's at the top of some company a Ferrari when we need a loan for a kidney transplant. That ain't right.
Yeah, no, when you put it like that, I definitely agree. You know.
Have you seen that Bitwalla has exited the Segwit 2X agreement from New York?
I was briefly reading something on it, and then my phone distracted me with something else came through.
Yeah, there's always something in crypto, man. I was checking this article out, and actually another one popped up from yesterday. We'll get to that in a second. But yeah, dude, Bitwalla is one of the first to say that they don't plan on following through with the 2x, the doubling of the megabyte size, going from 1 megabyte blocks to 2 megabyte blocks in November. Bitwalla did sign an agreement saying that they would do that if the big block backers signaled for Segwit, which they did. So it looks like we're actually in a position now, as of today, because of Bitwalla, there's sort of like a snowball down the mountain effect going to happen, where we could see potential third Bitcoin and another airdrop in November of a completely new cryptocurrency. The only thing that's going to, I don't know, actually, not the only thing, but one of the major things that's going to keep Bitcoin is the fact that they have control over Satoshi's original GitHub or whatever. So, like, you know, he who has control of that controls the term of Bitcoin. So Bitcoin core devs definitely have rights over the term and the name Bitcoin, but it's going to be a nightmare, man. This is, I don't know if this is FUD, you know, because like they love to say fake shit just to pump the price down because they know they're creating the fake news. So when the price dips, they're like, hey, I did that. And they buy it. But it is what it is. There's news. It's on Cointelegraph right now. Bitwalla, dude, they're backing out. I don't like that.
Right. And you know what? But you hit the nail on the head. It's always a situation when they manipulate things for the price to drive down so it can drive back up, you know? And that's the sad part. That's the only thing I really don't like about crypto. But at the end of the day, it works and it's profitable for some if you at the top and if you know what's going on. Do I think core is going to be an issue? No. At the end of the day, I just think it's going to increase the market cap.
Well, right here, I'm actually reading it right from the article. Back in, when was the signing? In New York in May. Back in May, there was 58 companies located in 22 countries, which had 83.28% of the overall hash power of Bitcoin, which were responsible for 5.1 billion USD monthly on-chain transaction volume, and they're holding about 20.5 million Bitcoin wallets. Now, to just cover that real quick, guys, that does not mean there's 20.5 million people that even know the word Bitcoin exists. That's just how many wallets there are. Because, I mean, look at yourself as an individual. How many wallets do you have? I have like 12. So don't think that there's that many users. There's just that many wallets. But this agreement, man, could fall apart all because of this. This is the domino effect right here. And I mean, personally, I don't care. I don't care. I'm going to keep buying BTC. And if there's another fork and I get another airdrop, I'm going to sell that shit too and buy more BTC.
Yeah. And BT, regardless of what happens, and this is my advice, regardless of what happens, BTC will always be king. It's never going to go away. And the people making these decisions, you got to understand, they hold BTC and they have value in their BTC and they don't want to lose value. So whatever happens is going to be in BTC favor. It's never going to kill it. Even if the community, if it's miners and developers are arguing and things of that nature, all that, look at the Bitcoin Cash situation. It worked out for everybody. Everybody went. I know it worked out for me tremendously.
You know what's another one? Like I said, I came across an earlier story today from the other day where the IRS is tracking down people that are escaping, tax cheats and tax stuff, and they're starting off with that Coinbase request for purchase user information. So the IRS is cracking down, calling it chain analysis to analyze transactions and unmask users who have some kind of synonymity, whatever, pseudonymy, not quite anonymous identifications on blockchain transactions. So imagine this. If you're using Coinbase to buy Bitcoin and you keep sending it to the same address, they're just going to be like, yeah, bro, that's your Bitcoin. And to the IRS, you're probably going to have to prove that it's not. So good luck.
Yeah. And this is the thing. I had a conversation with this about this earlier with a friend. And it's with Bitcoins and the IRS is very tricky because everybody don't make money out of Bitcoin. Some people buy Bitcoin and Bitcoin crash and they're like, oh no, I can't do this. So are they going to get billed? Because they never even they haven't lost money. So it's more of a capital's gain than anything opposed to them taxing because what are you taxing? At what rate are you taxing? What volume are you taxing? What position did this person buy this Bitcoin at? Is this person in profit or is this person at a loss? And that's why it's too much red tape. It's too much red tape with the IRS, and that's why it can't get approved. That's why it's hard for them to get approved. The thing is, people talking about making money, so whenever money's involved, Uncle Sam definitely want their cut. But it's hard for them to recognize it as a currency. And the reason that they don't want to approve things as far as a currency, which I'm happy that they're not approving anything. But the thing is, America, the U.S., we don't have that much Bitcoin. We don't have that much crypto. The Asian markets dominate the crypto space. If we are the deciding factors to drive the crypto to the moon, we want to make the other countries more rich. And with money comes power. And that's always something to consider.
You know, somebody in the chat's asking, how will the IRS know? Well, me personally, Bittrex, an exchange that I fucking loved, man, but I'm not using exchanges anymore for trading. Unless I don't even know, honestly. I don't trust any of them. Bitconnect exited the US. I believe Bittrex is probably going to be next because there's just no way to keep up with the regulations that are coming. Kraken, all these, you know, you think GDAX is safe. They know all of your information. They're Coinbase. So you're going through them. They have your social, your ID, your bank. They know who you are. So anyway, the IRS knows because I had to link my driver's license to my Bittrex account just to get out $20. Like, that really happened. I wanted to pull some money off of Bittrex for something. It was a small amount, and they were like, nope, that's over your 24-hour limit. And I already had the basic verification with my phone number and my name and address and everything. And now they wanted my photo ID and the last 4 of my social. So I was like, fine, you can have that. But this is the last time I'll be using your services. And I withdrew all my ERC20 tokens. I withdrew all my NEO. I withdrew everything off the exchange. And I am personally only going to be using wallets like Exodus, wallets like Jax that have the exchange built in. And I'll be using services like Changely, and I'll be using services like Shapeshift. So that's just my personal new preference. I don't care about putting in stop losses. I don't care about putting in buy orders, sell orders. If I'm going to trade, it's going to be through one of those because I want more privacy than I want convenience. And we're starting to lose that little bit that we had. I mean, this is starting to go mainstream every single day. MNSBC or whatever. I don't watch TV. Fox and CNN. Everybody's talking about Bitcoin and crypto. It's become part of like the daily talk now on mainstream like networks. So the eyes are, you're right, that wherever money's being made, Uncle Sam's going to have his hand out. But right now, he has like his fist, you know, it's like just jammed up in our ass over here. And it's not comfortable. And it's going to be a while until we are comfortable. But I think people need to be safe because nobody, like you said, people become millionaires overnight in this. Look at Neo going from a couple pennies to fucking $50, dude, in just a couple of weeks to a month or so. Right. And, you know, those people who sold all that Neo, cashed out their Bitcoin, took out their Bitcoin now, that's all trackable on most exchanges that you verified some step with. So, like, you have to be really careful. They're going to expect you to be holding certain amounts of money because they saw on certain exchanges. And you said, like, there's so much red tape. But personally, the fact that the IRS doesn't have a written itinerary for taxing cryptocurrency scares the shit out of me. It's not like, for me, it's not like a security. It doesn't make me feel any better that they don't know what to do. They're the fucking IRS. They're the United States government. They could literally say, this is the law. Look at it. Some dude that's 80 years old is going to sign it. He's not going to be alive much longer, so it doesn't affect him at all. Signs it. Next thing you know, Bitcoin, this, that, and the other thing, and they're kicking in my front door. Like, who knows? The IRS could do whatever they want. So the fact that there is no proper procedure scares the shit out of me because they could literally make it up, and then we have to hope we're grandfathered in. Otherwise, we're going to be scrambling to follow the law that we just got accompanied to.
Yeah. It's, you know what? It's a tricky situation as far as the government is concerned with this. But like I said, if you put a room of people, of 10 people in that room, and none of them are Bitcoin investors, none of them are crypto investors, they won't have an idea of how to pass a law. Also, if you put them same 10 people in a room and they are crypto investors, they want to protect their interests as well. So what law are they going to pass? So that's the fist bump that they keep doing, because they don't have no rules, no regulations. This is something that people just made up. You know, this is something that somebody had an idea. Somebody had an idea, and they said, I'm gonna create this, a peer-to-peer, to keep the banks out, keep the government out. And now, before they come up with something, they have to be an investor. It has to be an investor. And if you're an investor, you make laws that's going to benefit yourself. You ain't going to make laws that's going to hurt you. You're going to make laws that's going to help you. And even if they want a piece of the pie, at the end of the day, they don't know what direction to go in, because these people have no idea what this is. It's not real to some, and the people it's real to, they want to protect their interests. So guess what? By the time they figure it out, we be long gone.
Yeah, I'm going to be in Singapore or some other crazy place in the world, hiding out in someone's mother-in-law suite, renting out land, because I right now, if there's any government officials watching, you better come get me, because I promise you I'm not paying taxes on any of my crypto, because I'm not going to spend it here in this country. My money is not tied to any one government. So not one government is entitled to any of my fucking money. You're not entitled to it, bro. Now, I use that crypto here in the country to buy stuff. I'm paying taxes on all the food I buy. I'm paying taxes on this and that. So, yeah, the money's going back into the economy. I'm paying my dues, but I don't feel like I should have to pay all my crypto. Like, that ain't happening. No. I think the government should start mining and use the transaction fee rewards and the block rewards, and use those rewards that they get for mining, contributing to the blockchain, as government-funded funds. So they could take all the tax dollars they have now, invest that in mining equipment, build some giant mining warehouse in the middle of the desert, bury it so it stays super cool, put a solar panel up on the roof so it's self-sufficient, and just walk away, and the government can collect money from all of our transactions. Technically, that would be tax, right? Money going from A to B, they're taking a cut out of every transaction. Just call that tax.
Yeah.
Where do you see mining going in the future? Do you see like a future where like miners could be governments?
I actually see mining. I see mining going away. As crypto starting to evolve, I just see mining going away, because now mining is becoming too popular. It's becoming too much of an inconvenience, too much of a hassle. Even with all these cloud mining services, it's becoming scams. You know, so what I think the future developers, what they're going to do, they're going to create coins that's not mineable, because too much fraud is happening with mining at this point right now. It's not how it used to be when people mine in their house and you mine on your own computers. Now everybody's trying to mine, cloud mining and things of that nature, because it's cheaper, but you cloud mine for a couple of months and then the company disappears.
Yep, or yours just stop. It's not profitable, but you will always have to mine Bitcoin. If Bitcoin isn't being mined, there's nobody to verify any transactions, and the network dies. So the Bitcoin mining will have to take place till like the year 2140, I believe.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I know what you're saying with like all the altcoins. They're probably going to come out with like more proof of stake coins and stuff like that.
Yeah. And I think proof of stake is the future. I think proof of stake is definitely the future by far.
I keep looking at tangled networks like IOTA. They have like that tangled network, not blockchain. It's so different. And it's kind of like futuristic-y feeling when you look at IOTA and the way that they're handling their chain with the tangled network, because it's they're considering it like what is that, crypto 2.0, where it's supercomputer proof. So I like that. That's cool. And there's always going to be things that evolve. Like people think Ethereum is like the god of all smart contracts. No, it was the first of all smart contracts. And then we got Waves and we got Neo. And there's other ones out there that do smart contracts as well. It's not just Ethereum that does it. They were just the first to do it. That doesn't make them the best. I hold Ethereum. I like Ethereum. But I also see that once you come up with an idea, it opens up the possibility for anybody to tweak it a little bit, throw it up on, in a blockchain and call it their own. And they did. And that's why I'm big on Neo now, because I could see, and I saw with Ethereum early on that they have potential for the smart contract use cases. Do you know much about the Waves platform and then stuff like that with the different types of smart contracts?
I'm familiar with Waves. I'm familiar with Waves as far as the development of crypto.
Did you make any of your own tokens?
You know what? I'm gonna tell you something funny. I was going to do it the other day because it only take 2 minutes to make your own token. So.
And it's cool. I haven't done it either, man. I'm being slow on it, but it is cool.
Yeah, I was going to do it the other day, but I do everything from my phone. And just to let y'all know whoever watching, I'm on my phone right now, actually. But I was sitting on my phone. I wonder if I could do this on my phone, and I pulled it up, and I was about to start. And I said, you know what? I'll come back to it. It's only take 2 minutes, but I never went back to it. But I am going to experiment with it because that's something to talk about, and it sounds kind of cool.
Yeah, I think Waves and the ability to make a token is potential for YouTubers that we have yet to take advantage of. I could make 1,000 Kenn Bosak tokens on the Waves platform, make them non-reissuable. So there's only 1,000 of them out there. I made them. They're the original token by the name of it. And I could say that this token has a value of 1 hour of my time. You and me, you send me a Waves, the Waves token, Kenn Bosak. I give you 1 hour of my time, and I could auction those tokens off. And so it's pretty cool that it's that easy and that you can do stuff like that. Also, I mean, if you're a smart contract coder, you could literally build things on the Waves platform that would use a smart contract and still give use to the tokens that you create if you know how to design that. But I'm saying that we can make a token that has literally no use at all other than the use fact that we give it, or we just make it a collector's item, and people that support our show, they could buy one of our tokens, hold on to it on their Waves wallet, and be like, look, man, I supported Ken's show. I bought one of his Waves tokens off of him, and, it helped his channel grow. So, that's some potential we're sitting on that I haven't seen anybody jump on yet.
Right. And you know what? And the funny thing is, there's no reason for us not to create a crypto. And the thing is, I don't know if you ever seen that coin, useless Ethereum token. Did you see that coin?
I want to throw my phone at the hat, I wanted to throw my hat at the camera thing, but it would have broke it somehow, man. Yes, that is the dumbest. You go ahead, tell people what's up with it, bro.
Did you ever open the website?
No, they have a website. No, listen, I never opened it.
That coin was up 35%.
I know. I saw it run up, dude. It was being pumped.
The symbol on the coin is a middle finger.
I know.
Okay. The guy said, if you want to throw your Bitcoins away on fake coins, give it to me. I'll take it and not give it back to you. This is what the website says. So the guy was being basically a smart ass when he made the coin, and the coin is up 35%. And that's when I realized crypto people don't care what it is as long as they can make money off of it. Because the guy said, I'm going to take your money, and that coin was up. I know he already made over $100,000 with the last time I looked at it. But yes, when you get a chance, look that coin up, go to CoinMarketCap, click on their website, and you're going to have a ball laughing.
Yeah, I saw it on the coin. And you know what? That's funny because people will say, oh, it's on coinmarketcap.com, so it has to have some credibility. No, it fucking doesn't. And I'll compare that to BitConnect. BitConnect has no credibility, and people say, oh, it has credibility. It's on CoinMarketCap. Second, first off, they pay to be on there. Second, they're paying for ad space, and I'm sure they're paying a lot. Plus, if you click on that banner, I'm sure CoinMarketCap has their own BitConnect account with tons of people under them. And so just because it's on CoinMarketCap does not give it any credibility as a digital asset or a cryptocurrency. Basically, Ripple isn't even a real cryptocurrency. It's a centralized digital asset, but it's still on CoinMarketCap.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm going to tell you something funny. Are you familiar with OneCoin?
I've seen it around. I know that it's considered a scam, and I never got into it more than that. That's it. I saw it was a scam. I kind of read a couple descriptions on why it was a scam, and basically, from what I understand, you can buy it, but you can't sell it.
Right. So you can buy it, you can't sell it. They had a promotional video showing that coin as number 2 on the coin market cap. And if you look at the coin market cap, that coin, even they have useless Ethereum token on there, but one coin not even on there at all. So I don't know what's the criteria of getting coins on there, because I know that coin did generate billions of dollars. So I don't know what the criteria of getting on coin market cap, or what's the rejection process, because there's also another coin called the billionaire coin. You heard of that one? The billion coin, TBC.
Yeah, John Crothers was covering that one.
Yeah, man, and those, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really a Facebook person. I'm on Facebook to be in groups and things of that nature. I'm not really looking at for friends and to hang out with or anything like that. But I understand crypto to the point when that coin came on, I really want to unfriend people that say this coin doesn't trade, it doesn't sell, it doesn't do anything. But the coin goes up 5% every day for no reason. And somebody told me that they're going to be a billionaire because this coin is going to be $1 billion with nothing's happening to it. So, but that coin not on the coin market cap as well. So what is the criteria of getting on the coin market cap and what's not getting on the coin market cap? You know?
It's just money, I think, man. That's it, really. I mean, if you're actually probably not just money. All right, so it probably has to do with volume. Is there a lot of money coming into that cryptocurrency? Do they have a website? I'm sure is one, but it's mostly money. You pay to get on there, and that's just what they do. Like, look at the exchanges that the BitConnect token's on. It's mostly exchanges, and it's only exchanges that say, "Give me 3 Bitcoin," and you're on the list. Like that's why.
Well, I think Live Coin is a decent exchange.
I never used it.
I put it on the level of a Cryptopia.
Well, I guess my argument would be that they're less secure in what they pick and choose. And I've heard a lot of people have assets on some of these exchanges where they're exchanging assets that aren't too credible, and they're just gone. The cryptocurrency is just not on that exchange anymore. And because you didn't have your private keys, it's gone with that. It's just gone with the wind.
Right. And you know what? And that can happen in the big exchanges, because I just read today, one of the exchanges in Asia, I think it was Japan, they stole people money today. I'm getting my days confused because I'm sleeping. But but I will say, as far as when it comes to Bitcoin, even with Coinbase, when it comes to having Bitcoins or anything of that nature, no site is trusted. Like you said, unless you have your own keys. The only thing I truly trust the most out of all of it is a paper wallet. Mm-hmm. That's the most trusted source for me, is a paper wallet. But if you notice, with Coinbase, when Bitcoin crashes, for some reason you can't buy Bitcoins. The site shut down. The app crashes. You know, but when everything gets stabilized, now things working again. You know, everybody's in the space, and when these people create these programs, when these people create these companies, their job is not to make everybody else wealthy. Their job is to make themselves wealthy at some point. And
absolutely.
And that's what it's all about. And that's the only thing about cryptocurrency. Like you said you use Jax. I downloaded Jax. As soon as I downloaded Jax, it was a situation about them being hacked. And I was excited because Jack looked cool. Like I use my phone, so I don't use Exodus. I have Exodus downloaded on my computer and things, but I'm not at my computer enough to use it. And I like to, when things going down, I like to have my phone have access to what's happening so I can make a move. And so at the end of the day, all of them, even Coinami. I had a situation with Coinami. I sent some Bitcoins over to an exchange, and it went in the pending to the point the blockchain deleted my transactions because they was taking too long.
Yep, I've seen that happen, man.
And so what I did, I took it as a loss. I'm not gonna lie. I earn Bitcoins every day. I make Bitcoins every day. So I was like, okay, I lost that amount of Bitcoins. And then about 8 days later, it just popped in. And that was from Coinami, but apparently they got their stuff back together. I'm back using them again.
Well, Jax, that hack that you mentioned, I do want to clarify that wasn't so much of a Jax issue. I guess semi, but really what it was a Chrome and Windows exploit where somebody could basically send malware, and because of the repository, because of the repository where they keep the private key on your computer, because when you use Jax, what they're supplying you is with software. Now, your assets are only as safe as your hardware. So if you're using Jax or even Coinbase, if you're using it on your phone or computer and someone has access to it, they could take over your computer and start using your exchanges. But what happened was somebody could send malware in through Google Chrome into a Windows computer and pull that file out of that location, and now they have your private key. And that wasn't really so much of a Jax problem as it was a Chrome and Windows problem, and it was only on that part. Now, Jax works on like 13 different platforms, so if you only use it on your iPhone, you're 100% fine. Your iPhone is probably going to be the safest hardware you could probably store your crypto on. So if you're going to use Jax, go ahead, use it. Just make sure you're on an iPhone. And I do want to make sure I stress this. If you're using a phone to trade cryptocurrencies, use a VPN when you're on public Wi-Fi, okay? Even if you're on your cell phone data plan, people use these things called like snoopers or whatever, and they can drive by or park up near a business, and basically it pings your network from your cell phone carrier from the tower to their van, and then from their van to your phone. So now everything going through your phone and Verizon's network is running through this guy who sees everything. So just make sure you're using a VPN and make sure that you're keeping your stuff safe. iPhone has a built-in VPN. Just go into settings and turn it on when you're dealing with your assets. Everybody, when they're using their mobile bank wallets, they know better. People are like, oh, I'm about to use my Wells Fargo account. I should make sure I'm not on the hotspot. I should make sure I'm safe. But whenever they're using their crypto accounts, they're just sitting there on like Safari browser or some random browser on their phone and on open Wi-Fi just trading. And it's just not safe, guys. I really think you guys need to get a hardware wallet, hold your private keys, and start using exchanges like or wallets that have built-in exchanges like Jax and Exodus. And I'll clarify, somebody said, why do I like Exodus all of a sudden? I like how people love to bash when you don't like something or whatever. You have an opinion on something and then your opinion changes. Like, I had an opinion and my opinion changed. Deal with it. Like, it is what it is. As a kid, I didn't like Cheerios. As an adult, I fucking loved Honey Nut Cheerios. Deal with it. Yeah, what are before we go, I'd love to ask one of these questions, man. Like, what is something in the space that you didn't like or didn't understand that you now understand and have come to terms with?
Okay. I gotta go back far for this one because I was in it. Just what did I understand? What did I not like?
I can give you an example. Ready? So for me, I didn't understand the difference between the client-side wallet and a server-side wallet. I really didn't understand what the difference was. A wallet's a wallet, right? So to tell the audience, like a server-side wallet means that company, that server, they got it. It's on their shit. And to highlight the difference, Coinbase asks you for a username and password, and they never give you your private key. That's a server-side wallet. Now, a client-side wallet doesn't ask for anything because you already have the private key stored on your client-side server, your phone, your computer, whatever. They're just providing a service like Jax. So Jax gives you access to all your private keys. They don't have any access to it at all. And that's the opposite for something like Coinbase. At the server side, they have access to all your private keys and you actually have none. So Coinbase is a bank. They have all your money. Jax is actually like a leather wallet in your back pocket. You have all your money.
Right. You know what? All right, I'm glad you gave me that example. What I don't like is that you have to be 100% careful when you send your crypto, because once you lose it, it's gone with no way to recover it. That's the one thing I don't like about it. If you make a mistake and you send it to a wrong address, ain't no redo buttons. There's no redo. Once you hit go, it's gone forever.
So I bet you're excited that SegWit's finally in, and we're working on Lightning Network, because soon we'll have atomic swaps. So it doesn't, I mean, not every coin. I think right now anything with SegWit and Lightning Network. So that would be Bitcoin and Litecoin at first. But if you were to accidentally send somebody Litecoin to their Bitcoin address, thanks to the atomic swap that's probably within a year to 3 now, we'll actually be able to receive Bitcoin from that, because the network, the blockchain, will actually convert the transaction, which is another step closer to no exchanges. So your headache's actually almost a thing of the past, man. That's like that's almost like having to open Linux to start an email. People are like, I hate sending emails. I have to open Linux and do all this weird coding, and now we have user interfaces for that, and soon that'll be it too.
Right, and that's the only flaw. That's the only flaw. And now that they're working on something, that's incredible. But other than that, that's the one thing, because when I first got involved, I was involved with a friend, and he sent some money over somewhere, and things ain't turned out too well. So, it was like, oh wow, you can't call nobody, you can't do nothing, and you can't reset, and it's gone. And you can see that it's going out your wallet, and you can't find it, and there's no way to get it back. And this was when Bitcoin is about $400, and that was about $2,000 worth of Bitcoins.
Imagine, the exchanges all have like a wave of disappearance, and that happens to a mass amount of people, man. Because I see this happening. I think it's like exit a getting that's going to happen. The more regulation that our government starts to put on crypto, the more exiting of companies that deal with crypto we will see. We're going to have to move to a country that's pro crypto if we want to deal with this, man. Like, that's literally what it's going to come down to. Like, I'm so Bitcoin, I'm probably going to have to move. Like, I can't live in this country if I have to use a VPN and say I'm in China every time I want to use a trade. I don't need that stress in my life.
I get that.
It sucks, man, because we got into this when it was so easy. I mean, it wasn't easy. Okay, I shouldn't say it was easy, but it was easy enough. And now they're just making it so more complex. I mean, it's literally creating a black market. But eventually, as the code evolves and as wallets and exchanges that are built like Shapeshift and Changely evolve, Bittrex, Bitfinex, Kraken, Poloniex, all these exchanges, they're going to be obsolete because it'll all be built within wallets. And we won't have to deal with them. It will be peer-to-peer, just like it was intended, over code, not over Poloniex. And like you said, man, even Coinbase, like, if the price goes up on Ethereum too high, oh, okay, all of a sudden you can't do anything with Ethereum on Coinbase. So if you're not in charge of your shit and you're leaving your money on Coinbase or an exchange, what if the exchange goes server fee or server attack? Now you can't log in to sell. If you have your money on Exodus or Jax, you could take your cryptocurrency and trade it for the one you want it. You're always in charge of your keys. So I guess that could be the takeaway from this. Stop using exchanges. Start using wallets that are exchanges. It may be a little bit more cumbersome, but you're saving that privacy right there. Why don't you go ahead and let people know your final thoughts so we can wrap it on up. We have we have 65 live viewers. Everybody watching, hit the thumbs up button, go into the description box below, and click the link for Kamal and subscribe to his YouTube channel. All right, man, go ahead and let people know your final thoughts.
Okay, my final thoughts is for everybody, and I like to share this with people. When I got involved in Bitcoin was only a couple $100s. When Bitcoins went to 800, people said that was too high. When Bitcoin went to 1,000, people said it was too high. Then when Bitcoin went to 2,500, people said it was too high. Now Bitcoin is at 4,000, and people wish it was at 2,500. The thing is, it's not too late to get involved. If you got $10 in Bitcoin, the Bitcoin go up 20%, you're still going to make your 20% off your $10. So you don't have to have a whole coin. Get yourself involved. If you're on this channel, if you know people, get them for your kids, give them to your wife. Like, you don't have to buy saving bonds. Get them Bitcoins. That's my final thought.
Awesome, man. All right, guys, don't forget to smash the thumbs up button, click subscribe, flick the alert bell right next to subscribe, and have a day.
All right.